YouTube is banning thousands of channels after its latest update, and yours could be next. Like, you could wake up tomorrow and your channel is banned, it's demonetized, yours could be next. And luckily for you, I've read and studied the entire policy update. And in this video, I'll share literally every single little thing you need to know. I'll tell you the niches you can go into, the niches you should skip. I'll tell you guys everything in this video. Now, there are 3 groups of channels that are getting banned or even demonetized. And if your channels fall into one of these 3 groups, you are wasting time and money on a channel that will never ever be able to pay you. Okay. Now, at the end of this video, I'll actually show you how I and all of our clients stay safe with all of these YouTube updates. And I'll probably get a bunch of hate for, what I'm about to tell you guys at the end of this video, because nobody really wants to talk about that. All right. So make sure you watch this video until the end so you know exactly how to stay safe on YouTube in 2026. Now, for the people who don't know who I am, I'm Steffen, 24 years old, currently do about $30,000 to $40,000 a month with my own Faceless YouTube channels and constantly building new channels, as we can see here. For the people who are already, following me on my YouTube journey, you guys know that I'm constantly making videos how we're monetizing new channels. And then, I've made $42,000 from just 2 videos that I've posted, as we can see here. Scaled up a channel from $0 to $48,000 in just 30 days. You guys can verify the dates and everything if you want to. You can pause this video. And then I've helped hundreds and hundreds of people to get the exact same results. Or to do the exact same thing. For example, here, Martins, who have helped to scale to $30,000 a month. Then here, different student, $24,000 a month. Here, different student, 2 channels monetized in just 7 weeks of working with me. Then we have here another student, $18,000 a month, and many, many more. Let me have a look. Let me show you some more. Here, Andre Martins, another $30,000 in a single month. If you guys are interested in, getting the exact same results, then check out the first link in the video description. Book a call with me, and we'll have a look on that call if it makes sense to work together or not. Now, that being said, let's get into this video. Let's get into it. So, firstly, is this the end of YouTube automation? Is it the end of YouTube automation? There are always people that say, now is finally the end of YouTube automation. And I know there are people hoping for it to be the end of YouTube automation. They said 10 years ago it's going to be gone by 2020. And they said 6 years ago it's going to be gone by 2026. And it's still, no, you don't have to be scared. Like, you really don't have to be scared. YouTube automation is not going to go anywhere. Every business model changes and we just need to adapt to that. And that's it, right? I still believe that YouTube automation is just starting out, all right? And I would even go as far to say that it is now the easiest time ever to start a faceless YouTube channel. Especially because most people will not watch this video, all right? Most people will skip on what I'm about to show you guys in this video. And that's why most people will fail and you will be able to succeed, all right? Now, let's actually get into the first category, which is, generic and repetitive content. Content that basically feels templated or interchangeable after just a few videos, all right? I'll show you guys channel examples and all of these things in a second. Now, what YouTube specifically calls out is image slideshows with no real narration, same character in the same situation repeatedly, AI videos that scream mass production with zero original insight, okay? This is something that massively affected a lot, like thousands of people this year, which was called inauthentic content, all right? This affected thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And YouTube does not like mass production. All right. So just as an example, let me open up some examples for you guys. So for example, here, a simple, you guys can judge me, but I can literally just not say this word. All right. Explain. So here we can see this is one of the channels that actually did get demonetized, as we can see exactly there. Now, if we click on these videos, we can see that these videos are completely AI generated. Like, every single video looks exactly the same. These are completely one-click AI generated videos, mass-produced videos. Let's look at the next one. All right. Here, Ing Story. I think these ones are still fine. They still monetized, but I'm very, very sure with the next wave, here it states not monetized, right? These channels that are, even if you look at it, like, I don't know who watches this kind of content, but if you look at this content, you can clearly see that this is completely AI generated. You can literally click a creative video like this with one click. And I see so many people that are just starting out that want to go and do exactly the same thing. Guys, you guys jump on calls with me and tell me you guys are running these channels and wondering why you're not getting any results. YouTube does not like this kind of content. All right. They do not like mass produced content. Here's another one. Tony Talks Business. All right. Exact same thing. If we click on this video, you can literally create these videos with one click. It's just slideshow images, image after image after image after image with a very bad script in most cases, AI voiceover, and that's it. There is no real human input in these videos, and YouTube does not like that. Okay. Now, if your workflow is as follows, it's the topic, then the script, the voiceover, and upload with no personality, no opinion, or no like kind of different angle, and you're copying everyone one-on-one, trust me, you are a target for YouTube. Okay. To make it in basic words, anything that can be mass produced is a problem. So always think about like, hey, can my videos be mass produced? If the answer to that is yes, then you should pivot into a different direction. Now, here comes the thing, okay? Because I've spoken to a few people already, and they told me like, hey, I'm creating these kind of videos, but I'm doing it myself. That's not the thing. If you don't mass produce your videos, but you can mass produce the videos, you still have a problem, even if you do actually create the videos yourself, okay? So this is category 1. If you are in this category, like, make sure to watch until the end of the video. Okay, then we have category 2, emotionally manipulative shock content. All right, now this is content on emotionally, guys, like, English is not my first language. All right, I can't say this with manipulative formulas or shock value just to farm views. What YouTube specifically calls out is disturbing themes. So violence, loss on repeat with no narrative, animals and fake distress getting rescued. So all of these animal rescue videos or channels are in trouble. Random AI clips stitched together for shock, fake celebrity deaths, and fake disasters with realistic visuals. So all of this, if you're doing that, you have a problem. So just as an example here, critical latitude, let me open up this channel to show you guys exactly what I'm speaking about. So you can see 12 videos, 16,000 subscribers, we can see not monetized. And what they're doing is kind of fake kind of, and I know I showed this channel in the what's it called? In the weekly niche research videos. I know I did that. All right, you guys don't have to leave it in the comments. Now, these channels can still work. That's just what I would say. They can still work, but the chance of running a channel like this long term is very low. And that's something I've mentioned. All right. But what we can see here, this is all extreme clickbait content that scares people, and YouTube does not like that. Even if we look at this channel here, Earthlands, exact same kind of content. So it's all about here, just as an example, the recent video that they've posted, flood threat of for California. Sorry. So here we can see tsunamis, like just a bunch of clickbait about fake events, events that may happen. So this actually scares people, and that's why YouTube is not allowing this content anymore. You see here, this channel, just as an example, is still monetized, but it can still get hit at any time of any day of the week. All right. So the takeaway should be for you, if your niche is 100% on shock value with no narrative arc, context, or through line, you're at massive risk, no matter how many views it pulls in short term. Okay. As I said, this is something that can work short term. Now, for most people, you do not want to run these channels, even for short term, because trust me when I say running these kind of channels can hurt you more than you expect, especially if you know nothing about YouTube. All right. And you don't know how to set yourself up for the right way. Okay. So again, guys, if you want to kind of avoid these kind of niches and let me, pick the niches with you, like we did here, for example, for Andrew Martin, who passed the 3,000 subscribers in less than a month and actually got monetized. Or even, let me go here, Maurice, who made his first $5,000 in his first month. I don't know, you guys can see the numbers now here. Or even here, Familie Heim, 2 channels monetized in 1 month. Then check out the first link in the video description, book a call with me, and let's see if we can work together. All right. Next thing, AI avatars posing as human experts. So YouTube is fine with AI like presenters and most of the AI avatar channels. But there's a problem with specific AI avatar channels. The problem is AI personas presenting as human experts on health, legal advice, finance, or politics. We see this more and more. Like these kind of channels really blow up, but YouTube will take you down. Okay. Now, examples is AI doctor giving wellness remedies, or AI financial advisor giving investment tips, or even an AI lawyer explaining you your rights. Okay, a real example is here, for example, the Millionaire Rabbi. This channel actually very recently got demonetized. And if we look at this channel just very quickly, I can show you exactly how this content looks like. So here we can see this is an AI character that you can very easily kind of create. And by the way, I am about to drop a video for you guys how to create this, and you can still do this safely. All right, you can still do this safely if you do, for example, something like this channel here is doing. So this channel here is just as an example, doing it safely. Okay, these videos do literally zero harm to anyone. Okay, so 10 more old school lab. Can't say this word as well. Supplies getting harder to find. This gives no damage to anyone. But these videos here could give people damage. And these channels will all get demonetized, as we can see exactly here. All right. Now, why does YouTube not want these kind of channels? Is YouTube doesn't want viewers to be confused about whether real expertise is behind the advice, all right? Because there are many people on YouTube that actually watch these videos here, just as an example, where they would think like, hey, okay, maybe this is a real person, and then they go ahead and they follow this exact advice, which, there's probably ChatGPT that wrote the script. Okay, so that's the reason why. So the takeaway for you should be finance, legal, or health, and an AI avatar claiming expertise. That's exact kind of channels YouTube is actually banning. Not just banning, but like demonetizing. All right. Now, how can you actually see if a niche is monetized or not? This is super important. Otherwise, you're gonna go into a niche where you can't even make any money. So we use NextLev. So NextLev is basically the tool that you see right here. It's like 13 euros a month, has a bunch of different features. But here we can now see with NextLev that this channel is actually monetized. And here we can see that this channel is not monetized, as we can see here. Now, before you actually go into a niche, I always need you to go ahead and check multiple channels in that niche. Don't just check one channel and rely on that. Check multiple channels in that niche to make sure that, all of them are monetized. And how you can do that is you can very easily click here on similar channels, and then you can click on in-depth search, and NextLev will search all of these similar channels for you, as we can see here. And then let's say, for example, this one, it's now not completely accurate because this niche is very new. It's actually a pretty good one. But here we can now see, just as an example, okay, this channel is also monetized. All right. NextLev is like 13 euros a month. Super worth it, in my opinion. I use it all the time. And guys, I have a discount code for you guys. So Steffen20 for 20% discount. So check that out. I'll link it for you guys in the video description. Now, let me actually tell you guys how I and my clients run channels that actually stay safe, and not just safe for YouTube demonetization, anything like that, but run channels that are actually there to be run for a very long time. Okay, very simple. Stop building AI channels. Just stop building AI channels. And I know this sounds crazy, but I have something way better for which I will break down now in this video. Okay, so most AI gurus will, like I said, hate me for telling you this. All right. Now, what examples do I exactly mean? So all of the channels I've just shown you, plus here, like you guys can check out these channels. Many of you guys will probably know these channels already. Here, Margaret Elaine, completely AI generated trash videos, if I can say it like that. Okay. These videos are not good. There's no effort into them. This channel here, Moringa's Principles, where they cloned this guy's voice and are posting kind of, I don't know if it's financial advice. I've already told you what I think about. Here, the Quiet Farmer, like these kind of story telling one image videos. Don't do that stuff. Everyone is doing it. Here's sleep channels. Sleep channels is another thing that a lot of people are getting demonetized. A lot of sleep channels. Okay, like we literally do not struggle with any clients or any students of mine getting demonetized because we do not run these kind of channels. Okay, so yes, it is super easy to run these kind of AI channels, but because it is so easy, and because it is so easy, literally every single person is doing it. Everyone is doing it. How easy is it to create like a video with a voiceover with some kind of images throughout the video? Super easy. So everyone is doing it. And I'll tell you guys in a second why this is bad. All right. And that makes it wait. Now I got a little bit of the okay, here we have it now. And that is what makes running these channels extremely difficult for the normal person that has never done YouTube before. Because to be successful in this, you need way more speed, more volume, and in general, better niche research skills. Okay. Not only that, I will change my mind if any one of you guys can actually show me an AI, like a fully AI channel that has lived longer than 6 months. I bet you guys can't. All right. In most cases, you guys can't. Okay. Now you have to keep in mind that YouTube works as a normal business. Supply and demand. There is supply and demand on YouTube. No, everyone kind of forgets that YouTube is just a marketplace of videos. And every single marketplace has supply and it has demand. So what does that actually mean? Demand is what the audience actually wants to watch, and supply is how much content is there already. And in most of the AI niches, there's a little bit of demand. I don't know who watches these videos, like no offense, but like there is demand, but there is way too much supply. Way too much supply. So these AI channels get spammed, and that's why in most cases AI channels die down, because once there's one successful channel, a week later they're like 200, 300, 500, 1,000 channels replicating exactly that, because it is so easy to replicate that content. And due to this being so easy, we often see supply flooding the market, which then leads to a bunch of channels dying off. So there's really no long-term play when you're running these AI channels. Not only that, it comes with a bunch of other issues as well. As I've said, inauthentic content, all of these things, which just make your YouTube journey super hard in the long run. Okay? And most people don't speak about these things. And I'm not saying to not use AI at all anymore. All right. We should use AI for our advantage. But we use it for things like scripting, voiceovers, ideation. That's where we want to use AI. We don't want AI to take over our whole video creation process. We don't want to do that because that's something everyone can do. We want to use AI to help us to create the content and not create the content for us. Okay? So, as I said, we use AI for scripting, voiceover, ideation, and so on. And we do not let it create the full video for us. Okay? Now, I still run my channels the traditional way of doing YouTube automation. Guys, I've been on YouTube for 12 years now. I'm 24. I've been on YouTube for 12 years. I started out when I was 12 and 24 now. All right? I still run my YouTube channels the traditional way, the way we did it back then. Okay. Now, in my opinion, this is the safest way to run YouTube. Now, we are working with real freelancers that actually create the video. Back then, I paid them like $100 for the same video I paid $15 to $20 today because of the help of AI. As I said, we're still using AI. All right, I'm not saying you should not use AI. We're still using AI, but we're not using AI to create the full video for us. We're using AI to help us create the video. Okay, and this is obviously cutting down our video creation cost to $15 to $20 today. Okay, the difference to the channels we build is that we build channels for the long term. If we look at here, the last time, just as an example, this is a channel that can run for years and years and years and years and years down the line. Here, this channel, about, I don't actually, I'm not exactly sure how these people are called in English, but you can run this channel for years and years and years and down the line. This channel here, dish closure. You can run this channel for years and years and years down the line. You guys, by the way, don't even know, we created a huge trend with one of our students in the food space. Okay, so, but we can run these channels for years and years down the line. All right, these are not channels that die off. So if we look at the last climb, just as an example, let me show you this channel. So this channel might not even be the best example because there is actually a face, as far as I know, and yeah, there is a face here in front of the camera, but this channel could also run faceless. All right. Now, if we look at this, like this is real, like good content. Okay. We have real video clips. We have a voiceover, can be an AI voiceover, can also be a real voiceover, as you want. But we're actually going ahead and creating good content. All right. Something that not everyone can replicate. Okay. Especially not with one click. So all these channels have one thing in common. They all go the extra mile and actually create decent videos. And yes, they do use AI as well, but they don't create the videos fully with AI. Now here's what is very interesting. YouTube has never been easy as now, specifically for the people who want to go the extra mile. All right, so let me explain. Most people, like literally 99% of YouTube, 99% of people that actually get into YouTube automation just want to run AI content. Okay, but there's the 1% that actually creates good content. The cool thing is we don't have any competition. That's why on average, like literally on average, our students are getting monetized within 3 to 6 weeks. And currently it looks more like 2 weeks or something, which is crazy, right? It took me 4 years to monetize my first channel. Okay, that's how crazy it is. And the thing is, that's because we have less and less competition of people who actually create good content. Okay. Now, I just want to say, like, traditional YouTube automation is not just something that worked for me, and it's for sure not outdated. Okay. This has worked super, super well for Martin, who went from literally zero to hitting a $24,000 a month in, I think it was like 6 months or something. Then we have here Marvin, who got his first €171 a day in 45 days of working together and went ahead and made $200,000 in profit in the first 8 months of last year. Just referencing back to the case study we filmed back then, you guys can have a look at it if you want to. Or even Andre, who is an outlier case, but we started the channel with him end of October of 2025 and went ahead and passed the $30,000 a month mark just 4 months later. Okay. No one of us has any special ability, or, we just have a proven strategy that works over and over and over and over again. Okay. Now, if you want to kind of skip that whole trial and error as well, then go ahead, book a call with me. As I said, like the first link in the video description, book your call with me. Let's get your Faceless YouTube channel up and running. And yeah, go ahead and book it. I'll show you guys some more results in a second. All right. But all in all, start going the extra mile if you want to succeed on YouTube. Because once you do that, you will start seeing results from YouTube. And most importantly, don't let all these guys that sell AI video creation tools fool you. Okay? Please don't. There are hundreds of AI video creation tools. They're all trash. YouTube literally looks for patterns, and AI is working on patterns. All right? The only AI video creation tool that is pretty decent at this current stage is VidRush. Okay, and I would still use editors rather. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you maybe run any of these channels, that I showed that actually get banned? And then let me know what are your thoughts on all of this. All right. And then guys, keep in mind, let me show you some more student results. Here, Masma, first month, first channel, monetized, about to get monetized. Here, Familie Heim, channel taking off. Here, Erland, monetized. Then here, gaining traction around 3 months, was completely failing, like kind of fading out his channel. So Victor came to us with a working channel already, but wasn't really doing anything. And we completely blew up this channel again. Here, Andreas, monetized. Then we have here, Familie Heim, monetized actually. Here, Luke, 5 weeks and he had his first $900 day. Maurice, second channel monetized. Here, okay, monetize that one. Here, Daniel making his first $1,000 feels unreal. I can go on and on and on like this. I always say that. I have so many screenshots here. Chewy, monetize in 16 days. Guys, check out the first link in the video description. Book a call with me and let's start your YouTube channel the right way. Okay, let's start it the right way. Let's bring some value to the platform and not run AI spam channels that die off after 2 months. So yeah, guys, book your call. Let's start your Faceless YouTube channel and run it the right way. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.